Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Friday, September the 8th, 2017. And today in our Tech News Update, we have the iPhone 8 that is about to be announced at the event next week, which will be on September the 12th. Now, one little problem that's happening is, according to some reports, there's some manufacturing problems. So pretty much everybody thinks that September 22nd will be the day of the sale, the first sales of the iPhone 8. But the problem is it might be a very limited quantity, as manufacturing problems have kind of plagued the iPhone 8 a little bit. So it might take a while before a lot of people get their iPhone 8. So there's a lot of little problems happening apparently. And talking about phones, a little gang of Windows Phone users in the United States says that they feel kind of shortchanged by Microsoft, saying that they had a rather bad experience and that support for the device is rather bad, rather poor, and that Microsoft isn't doing enough. And they say that maybe a class action lawsuit could be in order to try to get, if not a full refund, a partial refund for their phones and for their experience, because Microsoft just didn't deliver. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but one thing is pretty sure is that Microsoft did not really put a lot of effort in the past few years in its Windows Phone division. What might be the worst ever data leak has happened. Equifax, which is pretty much the biggest credit report rating service in the United States, says that a cyber attack has exposed the personal info of 143 million US residents. They say that in there's the name, the address, the date of birth, social security numbers, credit card numbers in some cases, and more. Equifax discovered the data or the cyber attack on July the 29th, and they say that after looking at the data, it seems that it happened from about mid-May to the end of July. So this is very, very bad. And actually, Equifax offers to everyone a free credit checking to make sure that everything is all right, so that you're possibly safe. But you know what? This is bad because it's so much, and there's so many personal details in here. There's like everything on everybody is just totally crazy. And hopefully it's not going to be exploited too much. They say that some UK and Canadian residents might also be in the list. So that's also something to think about if you're in the UK or Canada. Maybe you want to check it out. I will, since I am, of course, probably part of the files at Equifax for the credit reports and everything. I think it's important for anyone to check it out and make sure that you have the proper tools. This is really, really bad. Well, it does seem that Disney and Netflix negotiations are not going very well, as the Disney CEO said that Netflix will be losing Disney movies and Marvel shows and movies. Marvel, which is very popular on Netflix as their main shows and movies, and that all of that will soon be on the streaming site of Disney that they're about to start for 2018. Now, it has a lot of people worried, and apparently, according to some internal news, even at Netflix, there's kind of a sense of panic of losing all of this content. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen next. So are you still using Google Drive on your desktop, on your PC? Well, Google is just saying, you know what, you got to move to the new backup and sync client, which pretty much does what the Google Drive does, but it's an updated and more modern way of doing things. Because your Google Drive client will stop working in March of 2018. So they are starting to, send a little alarm saying you should move on to the new backup and sync client. And finally, we were wondering how serious Facebook was about creating its own content in 2018. Well, now we have a better idea. We kind of learned that Facebook will spend $1 billion in original content in 2018. So that's going to be interesting to see how they bring this content and how people will respond to it. And of course, that creates more and more content. As you know, we'll have Disney streaming, we'll have Facebook streaming, we'll have Netflix, we'll have, of course, Amazon Video, and all sorts of things like that, that really is creating bigger and bigger choices on the internet. So this was the Tech News Update for Friday, September 8th, 2017. You enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, and thank you so much for following us on this channel.